Hello, welcome to another edition of NNPA and Black Press USA's Fire program. And today we are definitely bringing you it. Yes, indeed. We have American Music Award winner. He's a songwriter and he is a master producer. And ladies, we love him. Yes, it is Donell Jones. He's joining us tonight. Hey!
Hey, how you doing? How you
I
doing?
am so excited because we originally were going to do something. The pandemic shook up some stuff for us here at NNPA, but we are so happy to have you here. We have a lot to talk about.
Yes. Thanks for having me. I really appreciate being here.
Oh, absolutely. So listen, we know that you are from Chicago. You spent some time in the New York, New Jersey area, but now are you calling the ATL home?
ATL is home now. It's been home for about 18 years. Love it here. It's a good place to bring a family up in.
So now we know that on Valentine's Day of this year, you released your incredible seventh album entitled 100% Free
Yes,
in the
yes,
middle of a pandemic.
yes. You know what? And when the pandemic started, I got a strong idea to create an album and give it away for free, and name it 100% free. Um, And the reason why I named it 100% free was because, we were locked in, everybody was locked up, we had to wear masks, and people want to be free from that. But then I got the thought too that, man, we want to be free from addiction. We want to be free from thinking negative. We want to be free from, self-hate, self-doubt, free from alcoholism, free from a lot of things that we overconsume. And I thought that idea, that the title resonated with me, and I thought that people would listen to the music, and it's a love album. It's a concept album about love, and I just wanted to spread love with this particular album.
So, doing that in the middle of a pandemic, so many artists have been hard hit by this, right? I would assume many of them that are not producers like you. You guys make your money on the road, right? So, how does that affect the bottom line of what it is that God gave you the gift to do?
It's hard. It's really hard because at the end of the day, we really want to be on stage in front of our fans. I see a lot of my peers have taken to the internet, and they're doing the live online shows. For me,
Right.
I can't do that because I really want to be in front of my fans. I get so much energy from touching and from just watching watching how they feel about the show and watching them dance and enjoy themselves. So it's really hard, but at the end of the day, we got to get over it, and hopefully things will get back to normal soon.
So, Donnell, because of the pandemic, what songs have you wrote or started working on inspired by whatever feelings you may have gone through during this? And we're still in it, I know, but especially, it's a year next week,
Yes.
a year of this major lockdown from, industries that you would never think, film, music, regular office.
Yes. Well, I have a song called 100% Free, and that's basically about um, just being free, just living free, being a free thinker. Because I think that's important too. I think a lot of times we follow the crowd when we should also, be free thinkers. This is the house that we live in right here. So we have to make sure that we protect this house, and make sure that this is taken care of. Your mind, make sure your mind is taken care of. So that's what that particular song is about. Also, I have a song called Fresh, and that's about just waking up every day and feeling fresh, dressing fresh, having a fresh mindset, feeling good about who you are, loving yourself, because that's important. Making sure that you take care of home. A lot of people try to take care of everybody else, but they never take care of home first. And that's what that song is about
Yeah.
too. So I have 7 songs on this particular album. It's my 7th studio album, and I've been off the scene for 7 years, and I did that purposely because 777 means completion to me.
Yeah, that was my next question to talk to you about. 7 years is a long time for anyone who's had the recognition that you have to say, you know what, I'm gonna step back. Any reason why you decided you're going to do this? I know you said completion, but other than that, was there something else that made you take that step?
Well, again, before the pandemic happened, I was having a lot of issues. About 13 years ago, I was having a lot of issues with just thinking negative and all those things. So I had sent a message out to Twitter at that particular time, and I asked, like, what can I do? Somebody had recommended that I try meditation.
Okay.
So I tried meditation. The first time I ever tried it, I had the most excruciating headache in the world. But my body wasn't ready to do it. You know, it was
Okay.
something new. It was foreign to me. So what happened was I just kept at it, and I started to get better at it. And I started to realize that these are just thoughts in my head. They're suggestions. I don't have to do everything my mind tells me to do. You know, I'm the master of this house. I have to control this thing. You know, so after that, after I mastered it, I got married, and yeah, I got
Congratulations.
married, and we had a son. And I just wanted to make sure that I took some time off to watch him grow. I had daughters earlier in my life, and I was on the road a lot, so I just wanted to make sure that I was able to watch him grow and be there for him.
So, Donnell, since you did the meditation and you've got it down pat, as you just said, was there something now that you look back? Was it the industry that was putting this into your head, or social media can do it as well? But what do you think, or did you find was it what was pouring these negative things in your thoughts?
It's just life
Okay.
itself. You know, as human beings, we tend to hold on to a lot of things that may be deep rooted, that may be things that happen early on in our lives, maybe as a child, you know, and some of these things we just had to let go and let new things happen. Because if we hold on to old things, you're going to stay in that space. It's going to be a revolving door, a cycle that's going to keep happening. So we have to let things go to allow new things to happen. And that was one of the things that I had to address.
Now, originally, I think that your 100% free was slated to perhaps take drop in November of 2020, and that's when it took a month later, and then the pandemic really hit the area. Was there a point between you and your team that, oh my goodness, I've been gone for 7 years, I'm getting ready to release this album, and there's a pandemic? As far as shifting, we've had many artists on here, and we just sometimes the things that you say can really help another person pivot in their life, because a lot of people have had to make changes because of the pandemic.
Well, you know what? A lot of things got pushed to the side. You know, I just kept faith. You know, for me, faith is everything. I When something got pushed back, I said, you know what? Maybe it's because it has to. Maybe because something else has to happen, and it all came out perfectly because what other day to release an album on Valentine's Day? The album is about love. I'm pushing love. So it to me, it felt like the universe and God was like, you know what? No, the day you want to bring it out is not the day I want to bring it out. So we're gonna make it Valentine's Day because the album is about love. That's what you're pushing. So it just worked out perfectly. So I didn't have any complaints, even though my mom was trying to get me to go there, but I was like, nah, I'm gonna sit back and let whatever happens is supposed to happen, and I'll be okay with that.
So can we talk about those 7 cuts on your 100% free album? What can we expect?
Well, I did some stuff that I haven't done previously on other albums. I have a reggae song, which I
What?
love, that's called 100% Free. I
Okay.
have a house track, which is called I Do, and that's about love. I have another track, which is a hip hop R&B. Well, I came from hip hop and R&B, and that's called Fresh. And then I also had to give three um, R&B songs. They're R&B to the core. I had to give them exactly what they expect from me, which is the R&B, and those three songs are Karma, Payback, uh, and for Deep Into You. Sorry about that, Deep Into You, as well as Serious. So those three songs are what people expect from me. And then the last song on the album is a meditation track because I feel like I wanted to just send it out there, send a meditation track out there to get people to even try. Just try. Even if you haven't done it before, just maybe try. Or you could just listen to it and maybe catch a vibe and feel good about something. So it's just music. No lyrics, no nothing, just music.
I love hearing that. I'd have to look into the meditation. I just heard it really is between meditation and yoga is really something that just centers you.
It
So it's really interesting hearing you saying that it was something that worked really well for you.
it did. It did. I'm not going to sit here and lie about it. It really helps. It focuses your mind. It makes you feel better about yourself, and you start to see life a different way. And you don't think negative all the time. You don't think about doing anything crazy. It just makes you feel good about yourself, and it opens you up to a whole new world.
Donnell, I am getting a question in here. So you own your own publishing, correct?
I do.
So, how important is it to be connected and responsible for the business aspect of your music?
It's very important. I mean, it's the one thing that, like, if something happens to me, God forbid, my family and the kids down the line, they'll still receive money from songs that I've done in the past. I think it's very important that we all, and especially if you're a songwriter, make sure you handle your business. If you're not a songwriter, you should try to become one, because a lot of artists out there right now, during this pandemic, they're struggling because they don't, there's no shows. You know, Fortunately for me, I'm still making money because people are still listening to the records. The streaming is up bigger than it's ever been because of the pandemic. Everybody's at home listening to music. So I would just tell all the young artists out there, if you can't write, at least try to sit down and learn how to, because that's money that's going to come forever. It's never going to stop. So just try to do things like that.
So obviously there's a difference for those that aren't familiar with the music industry. There's a difference in the money that you get back if you just are singing songs that people are giving you versus what you do. You've most of your songs you've written and produced.
That's correct. That's correct.
Which is a powerful tool. But most people, do they have the option of doing that, Darnell? Is it, sometimes you get swooped up and you get signed and you're so excited and you just kind of follow what someone else tells you. How do you have that control to be able to say, listen, I want to do this? Because they know that's money too.
Yeah. Well, you have to be good at it. You have to be
Okay.
good. That's why I tell everybody to study the greats, make sure you're perfecting your craft. And but you have to be good at it, because when you put out a project, like for me, if I put out whack songs and nobody's buying it, then what's the use of me having publishing if nothing is? So you have to be good at it. You have to really, really. I took a lot of time to study the greats, and I still do today. I still listen to the same Dusties I did. There's songs that I listen to and I'd be like, man, I didn't hear that sound in there before. So I'm always learning something new, trying to find something new in music. I never feel like I know it all. Uh, it's a learning process, and it's something that I'll always do for the rest of my life. Is keep trying to figure out this music thing, because it's never ending.
Donnell, since you grew up in Chicago, which is another area that is known for producing great musical artists, when did it hit you that you had the talent? I mean, to really go into making this a lifestyle.
I think when I was in high school, and I was in the lunchroom and I was singing for the girls, and I was this little skinny kid, and I was getting attention. Usually it's the football players and the basketball players
Right.
getting all the girls, but I mean they was paying attention to this little skinny kid, and I was singing, I think, Michael Jackson, "Lady of My Life," and
No.
Bobby Brown, "Don't Be Cruel," and they loved it, and I figured, you know what, I'm getting this attention, I love it, I want to make this my career. And from that point on, I went after it. I stayed doing it, and I believed in myself.
Do you do you come from a musical family, or you
I
just have?
do. I'm sorry, not to stop you.
Oh, no, no. I just didn't know if it was, obviously it's a gift, but I didn't know if there's other family members or your whole family sings.
My whole family sings. My dad sings. My dad is a pastor of a church. He sings. I didn't sing in church though. My
Okay.
mom, she had a hell of a record collection. She played a lot of music. She sings as well. My sister sing. I have some of my daughters sing. My uncles sing. So we have a family that is pretty talented.
Well, Madison Love is sending you some love. Donnell Jones, I'm trying to see some. Donnell Jones, I see you, bro. So that's from John Live.
What up, John? What's up,
Send
man?
you some love. And Anthony Henderson, my brother from England. Okay, he said word. All right. I didn't
What
know
up? What
he
up,
was
man?
checking me out. Alvin agreed. Great advice. Oh, that's just the beginning. We welcome all your questions or comments. We have the phenomenal, that's right, American Music Award winner. He is the exceptional songwriter and master producer, Donell Jones, joining us. As you know, and if you don't, now you do, Valentine's Day this year, he released his seventh album, which is entitled 100% Free. And as Donell said, it's free.
Yeah, it's free. You can go to my website and download it. It's DonnellJonesMusic.com. Um, and also, but you can buy it as well. You can stream it on all platforms. It's out there. It's available. You can buy it on iTunes. I would love for your support, but there's no pressure. The reason I would love your support is because I'm also donating 25% of the proceeds to missingkids.org. When the pandemic first happened, I had no idea. Somebody had brought to my attention that 800,000 kids come up missing every year. That's 1.6 million parents looking for their kids. I thought that number was outrageous. I got 6 kids. If something happened to one of my kids, something going down. You know what I'm saying? So I felt like nobody was really talking about this. This is something that should be on the news every day. I didn't see any other celebrities talking about this. So I wanted to use my platform to talk about it, and also, just to get the word out there that something has to be done. And the children are our future. So we have to make sure that we bring some of these kids back home.
Yeah, Darnell, just hearing that you were so conscious about that in the midst of, again, you're doing this for a living. You're not doing this for free. We're all working. And for you to find in your spirit, or at this point in your life, to give back like this, you're already releasing it free. You're reaching out, because missing children, that is a huge issue. And now with everyone locked in, there's so many more stories about kids being in situations that no one can help them, because we're all in our own homes. We're not out and about and moving like we are used to moving around. So again, I really, really thank you for being able to share that. I do know I've got a couple people that are texting me, so I'm looking down. They want to know how they can support you. I know you just talked about you can, get it, on the streaming app, but is there any other way? Can they follow you on IG? Can they follow you in other places?
Yeah, my IG is Donell Jones Forever. A lot of people spell my name wrong, but it's Donell, not two N's. It's Donell Jones Forever. That's the IG. My Instagram, my Facebook is Donell Jones Music, and my Twitter is Donell Jones 96.
So Lavina Rose says, love you. I saw you in New Orleans when I was a freshman at Xavier. So they're sending you love.
Wow. Love you too, baby girl.
So I have to tell you, I have interviewed hundreds of artists here. And I will tell you, you're the first person that said to me that I can't do this virtual stuff. I want to see and touch and be around people. And I've seen you perform. It is really, you are in the zone, and everybody that's there is at the same place where you are. So I know artists have kind of changed themselves to work in this virtual world, but you said, you know what, I'm gonna wait.
I gotta wait, because there's nothing like being there in front of your fans, in front of your people, and being able to watch that energy and feel that energy from each other. And online, there's no audience, it's just you on the screen. And I need more than that. I'm sorry. I gotta have more than that. I know a lot of people ask me would I do it, but unfortunately it's not something that I'm interested in. I want to be in front of my fans. This weekend coming up now will be my first show that I'm having. I haven't done a show in a whole year. I'm a little bit nervous about it, but this will be the first time I'm on stage in a year. I don't know there's ever been a time in my career that I haven't done a show in a year. So I'm really happy about this. So I think things are going to open back up, and slowly but surely we're going to get back to where we need to be.
So Donell, 2 questions. Where is the show, and what do you do to prepare?
Well, the show is here in Atlanta. It's at a place called Monticello in Marietta. And what I do to prepare, I do my walking. I walk 5 miles every day. Okay. And I work out every day. And I just, do my vocal warm-ups. But again, I'm a little nervous because I haven't been on stage in a while. But it's like riding a bike. Once you get up there and start singing, it's all over at that point. But I must admit, it hasn't been a time in my life that I haven't been on stage for a year. So.
Yeah. So, a lot of states are opening up. So if people reach out to you, depending on, I guess, their safety procedures, you're willing to kind of show up. I mean, like I said, some states are doing 50% capacity, 25% capacity. We're thankful for the number of vaccines that continue to increase, and, getting into the arms of Americans who need it and who want it. So that's a really, really good thing. We just got to keep it going. But I just have to say this disclaimer, because we are a news network here at NNPA, Black Press USA, that if you haven't heard, if you have the vaccine, that they are saying that you still need to wear your mask, you still need to social distance. But if you and the people in a small group have all had your full vaccination, it's 14 days, you can meet without your mask. So we're getting there. We still have some way to go. We're getting there.
We do. We definitely do. Things in Atlanta are a lot different, but you still have to protect yourself. You have to protect yourself. You have to make sure that you protect yourself and your family, because at the end of the day, that's what matters.
So now, Donell, since you've been home and portion of this has been during the pandemic, have you been a teacher for your son like everyone else?
Well, he hasn't started school yet, but me and his mom, we do that every day. That's us
Okay.
every day. He gets out with me and goes walking with me. Sometime I'll take him to the gym with me. So that's my little buddy. Besides, he's my best friend.
And you said he's a little character, huh? So do you see yourself in him already?
I do. He looks like his mom, but he's me all the way. I mean, this little kid, he jumps off of stuff. He scares me a lot. To be honest with you, because I have 5 daughters and they were just princesses and not doing. But this guy, he's just all over the place. So it's my first son, and I hadn't had that experience yet. So he scares me a little bit.
So is your wife in the industry or did you meet her while working? I mean, I always wonder how people like yourself that are artists that are well known all across the world, how you meet someone. It's just a tough thing. I know it sounds simple. You meet lots of people.
Right. Now, honestly, I met my wife in the club. I was in the club one day
No.
and we locked eyes and we never left each other's side after that day. It sounds crazy, but it was almost like love at first sight. We
Really?
just
I love
clicked
hearing
so good.
that.
We clicked so good that it just felt good. It felt right. And yeah, we've been married for 7 years, well, 6 years now.
Congratulations. So you just knew right away or shortly thereafter she was the one.
Well, we've been together for about 15 years, but we got
Okay.
married. But we've been married for about 6 years because we have a daughter together as well. She's 13 now.
Congratulations.
Yeah,
Love
yeah.
hearing that. Love hearing that. So, any advice for parents out there right now in the middle of the pandemic? We've got super dads like you. Any words of encouragement for them?
Man, just love your kids. This time goes by really fast, and just protect them, love them, give them what they need, and just spend time with them. This moment is everything we got.
It truly is. So, Donna, walk us through your average day now that you're in the middle of the pandemic. You're getting ready to prepare for your first concert in a year. What's your day like? What time do you get up? What are some of your rituals?
I'm up usually around like maybe 5 o'clock in the morning. I'll make me a smoothie or something, and I'm out the door by 8:30. I have to be at the gym, so I'm at the gym about 8:30. Work out, then come home, have me a meal, then I'll go back out around like 12 and walk 5 miles. That takes me about maybe an hour and a half to do that. Then I come back home, eat again, and then I'm in the studio. I might have a couple of interviews. Well, since I released the album, I definitely have a couple of interviews, and then I have the rest of the day to chill and do whatever I need to do.
Who would you like to collab with
Mary J.
that you
Blige.
haven't?
Mary
Oh,
J. Blige is definitely one of the ones I would love to collab with. Yes.
yeah. She is a real talent. Okay, so you guys heard it first here on NNPA and Black Press USA. Fire. We're going to claim that for Donell, that him and Mary J get together. That is going to be an incredible song. And I bet you would write it, in fact. She'd probably add
I
something
would.
to it.
I would. I hope we could write it together, but it would definitely be something about love, something about a relationship. There's something about Mary that she just has this soulfulness about herself that it feels good, it sounds good, and I just love it.
She's incredible. So I'm going to throw this out at you. Now, there's been verses for a while. If you had to do a versus battle, who would you like to do it with or against, should I say?
I would love to do a versus battle with Joe. I think
Oh,
it'd be
okay.
awesome.
We need to make this happen. Now that would be good. What do you
I think
guys
we
think?
both. Yeah, I think
Joe
we
and
both
Donell.
share.
Wow.
That'd be hard. It's a hard one, but I think Joe has more radio records than me. But I
Okay.
think catalog for catalog, I think we both have a very similar catalog. We came out around the same time. He came out a little bit before I did, but Joe is an incredible artist. I think it'll be a great celebration. I think we would knock the 90s out of the park, because we
Oh my
come in
goodness.
that era, so I think it'll be great for the culture. And hopefully we can make it happen one of these days.
Okay, so I really do like that. A versus battle between Donell Jones and Joe. So we're going to keep our fingers crossed to see that happen because I've enjoyed just the flashbacks from the versus battles, and it's so much fun. I mean, you really remember what you were doing with certain songs. Like one thing that you sang that just gets me every single time, I cannot stop, is the song that you did with Left Eye. I don't know what it is about that. I just love that song.
It's one of those records that feels good. When Eddie F and Darren Lighty produced that particular record, when I heard the track, I was just like, yo. And then when they put Left Eye on it, it just took it to a whole nother level. I mean, at that time, TLC was the biggest group in America. They had no scrubs, and they were off and running. And she jumped on my record. It took off.
Wanted to ask you this too, because I didn't have this information, but from the time that you decided to get into the industry, you were in Chicago, just singing in the cafeteria. What was that transition? Because I believe now you're with LaFace Records, which everyone knows that. So what was that transition like? It's not like you can just walk in and say, I want to sing.
No, actually, I was with a group. I had a group at that particular time. The name of the group was called Porsche. And we had sang around Chicago. We did a lot of shows around Chicago, but we could never get signed. So one year we decided to go to the BRE, which is the Black Radio Exclusive Convention that they held in Washington, D.C. at this particular year. So we went there. We had a showcase, but nobody came to it because nobody knew who we were. So we decided that we were going to walk outside and sing for anybody who walked out this hotel. So we did. And Eddie F happened to be one of those people who walked outside the hotel that day. And we sang for him. He loved it. He was like, yo, guys, don't sing for nobody else. I'm going to sign you. So, but as soon as he walked away, somebody else, like a lot of other people came out. We was like, yo, can we sing for y'all? We started singing for them. He walked right back over like, yo, dude, don't sing for nobody else. I'm really going to sign you guys. So about a month later, he sent us plane tickets to come to Jersey. And he signed us, and that's how we got our start. Quite naturally, the group broke up maybe a year after that, and he sent us back home, and he flew me back out because he was working on this. He was working on this new kid called Usher Raymond, and he was like, "Yo, Donell, I want you to come and write a song for me." So he flew me back out, and I came and I wrote this song called "You Took My Heart," and then Puffy had heard that particular record, and he was like, well, man, send Donell over here because I got another record that I want him to write for Usher. And I wrote Think of You with Faith on that particular record. Yeah, so that's how I really got my start. And then I got to LaFace, and they signed me after that.
Okay, so let's just do one more step here. So you go from high school singing, wooing the girls there in high school. Where did you learn how to write to the level that these mega music moguls would be? I like it.
Well, I started writing when I think I wrote my first song at 11. My uncle was a songwriter, and
Okay.
and I used to look up to him a lot. My dad's brother. And so I started writing songs. I think the first song I ever wrote was a song called "Love Can't Win" or something like that. And I was like maybe 9 years old. It was a really stupid song, but but it was the first song I wrote. So when I got with Eddie, he loved my writing style. He loved the way I write, and he took a chance and gave me the opportunity to come write. And when I went to LaFace, they had already knew that I had wrote the songs for Usher, so they were like, "Yo, let's bring him in." And let him write his own album, because quite naturally most people that's on the Face Records would have Babyface write their material, but they were so happy at the fact that I was self-contained, that they were looking for a self-contained artist, because Babyface had a lot of work to do. He had a lot of people asking for songs, so it was good to have a person like Donell Jones to come in and write his own music, because we didn't have to rely on Face at the time.
I mean, I hope that there are some young people that are tuning in and watching this, and the importance of knowing how to write and how to express yourself through words. This is a perfect example. Even though you have the talent of singing, you have the gift of writing. What do you use? I mean, it's a little bit different when you're writing for yourself, Donell. What is it like writing for somebody else? Do they tell you what they're thinking out? Do they tell the title? Do they give you music? How do you work with people?
Well, usually what I'll do is I'll hang out with them, hang out. Like for
Okay.
instance, I wrote a song with Jacquees on his first album, um,
23.
4275, and I got a chance to hang out with him, and he was telling me that he was 23 years old, and he was in a relationship. So we started talking, and then the idea came. Look, I should write a song about him being 23 and how he shouldn't be in a relationship at 23 because he's so young, and that's how the song 23 came about. Just being able to hang out with him and pick his mind and see where he is. He was having a little argument, with his girl, and I was like, you know what? This is the perfect song for you. This is how we're gonna do this. We're gonna call it 23, and you'll be talking about, why you shouldn't be in a relationship at 23. So I like that's how some songs come up. We just get with the artist, sit down with them, and figure out what they're going through. Because I think songs should be personal. You can sing
Yeah.
it better when you're actually going through it.
Hmm. And so each time you go through it, when you're singing songs that you've written, you really are feeling it. And I think that's what makes you, an artist like you, connect with people that are watching you and hearing you at venues across the country, across the world. In fact, they can feel what you're feeling as you sing it because it's coming from a personal place.
Yeah, it's no different like that song Where I Want to Be. I was actually going through that. That was my life at that particular time. I was in a relationship at a young age, and I didn't know how to express myself, so I didn't know how to tell her how I really felt. So I just wrote a song about it, and that's what I do with all my records. If you listen to my albums from the beginning up to now, you can tell exactly what's going on in my life and at those particular moments because is what is I'm talking about my life on record pretty much.
So would you consider yourself to be a romantic person?
I would think so. I would like to think so. I think that would be a question for whoever I've dated, but my wife, she thinks I'm romantic. We go out, we have date nights. I'm a romantic guy. I feel like I am.
So you're ready to get back in the swing of things. You have something going on this weekend in Atlanta. Is it still open to the public, or tickets are already pretty much sold for that event?
They're sold out. They're sold out. They're keeping
Of
it to
course.
a limited amount of people, and it's already sold out. So unfortunately, I don't think anybody else will be able to get in.
Then it's just you, or is there going to be someone else performing?
It's just me. Yeah, it's just me.
Oh, okay. So this is all about you.
Yeah, it's all about Donell.
So are you at all a little bit hesitant or concerned in regards to, still have the pandemic? So what safe procedures will they have at this venue that kind of protects you so that you can do it somewhere else?
You know what? I love God. I love the universe. I'm protected. And people will be they will be covered. They
Okay,
have
they
to wear
will.
masks,
Okay.
but I'm gonna be, I obviously I can't sing with a mask on.
Well,
So,
yes.
but I look, I am protected. God has me, I walk through life like that every day. I walk through life like that. But again, we're gonna take the best precautions that we can, and we're gonna turn up. We're gonna have a good time. We're gonna make people feel good, and that's what I'm here for, and we're not gonna change that.
So are you open to taking the vaccine? Because I know that they have first responders and people that are going to be around other people, giving them, first right to be able to take the vaccines.
Yeah, I'm definitely open. I'm open. I'm open to it.
Okay.
Yeah.
So again, the album is called 100% Free. It was released on Valentine's Day, doing incredible, and it's actually music. I know it's 7 songs that are on there. It's a real gift to have. Carrie writes it, a real gift to have. Yes, Carrie, it is. She's showing you some love. And by
Thank
the
you,
way, if
Gary.
you have a question that you want me to ask Darnell, you want to share something or words of encouragement, please let us know. John Live, Darnell, when you come close to Oklahoma City, I got to see you, bro. You are one of my favorite. Thanks, John.
I appreciate you, John. Thank you, brother. Thank you. Thank you.
I know it feel good when you. Oh, and Lillian Jones. Oh, she's sending love from Chicago.
Hometown. What up, baby?
So I know this has got to feel good after all this time, 7 years plus actually another year with the COVID, of just hearing from your fans who love you for what it is that you do.
It does. It does. It just lets me know that, the work I've done in the past, it's really touched people. I would never stop making the type of music that I make. I feel like, sometimes I feel like I'm an antenna and I just get the signal and whatever comes out happens. So I just love what I do. I'm happy that I can help people through music. And yeah, I just want to say thanks to everybody for that, because without them, there would be no me.
Donell, what do you want people to know about you that they don't know?
That for many years of my life, I was an introvert. I was really quiet. I'm the kind of person that, the party is going on over there and I'm in the back over there in the corner, just because I just didn't know how to be around people. I was one of those cats that, my mom bought me a keyboard when I was like 11 years old, and I taught myself how to play and write, but I didn't know how to be around people. I was able to, and the funny thing is I was able to still go on stage and sing in front of people and all that, but like I just never liked being in crowds. It was almost like I picked up the energy of people, and it just didn't feel good to me. So I love being alone. I love my space because I feel like I'm protected in my own space. And
I
I
never
had to
would
get
have
out of
gotten
that.
that.
I'm sorry.
I never would have thought that. I never would have thought that.
Yeah. Sometimes I feel more protected in my own space than when I'm in crowds, because I pick up a lot of things. I'm an empath, so I pick up on people's energy and things like that. So I have to really, really be careful with who I'm around and how much time I spend around, because negative energy, it doesn't work around me.
Mm. So I can just imagine just with you saying that, I just don't know how you transition from being a quiet person, an introvert, to just singing in front of the crowds that are screaming your name and wanting to be around you. I've heard other artists that say they become a second person. It's like it's on stage, and then when they get off, they're quiet, and you're like, I would have never picked that up from you.
That's exactly it. It's like a switch. It's like a switch.
Okay.
Okay? You know what? For me, it's like a superhero. It's like when I put on my clothes, like when I put on those clothes and I put that hat on, I'm Donell Jones then.
Are you
But
serious?
like right now, my nickname is Shambi. That's what my mom called me growing up. But right now I'm just Shambi. I'm just Moshe to Shambi.
Wow. So did your parents expect you to be where you are now? They just like, I can't believe my babe did this.
No, my dad was like, boy, you better get a job. You better stop sitting on that couch over there. But my mom, she always pushed me. She pushed me. My dad was really stern, at the age of 18, he was like, son, look, you have to do something because you ain't going to be sitting around here. So at the age of 18, what I did was, I got up and I went to New York, and I never looked back. I never looked back. I went for my career, and from that point on, I never came back home. I made sure that I stayed there, and I worked my ass off until I got what I needed. And my parents were very proud of me for sticking it out, because I had some tough times, but I never called home and asked for anything.
Did you know anyone in New York? I mean, that's not just any old, well, you came from Chicago, that's a big city too, but I mean, New York is no joke. There's a lot that can happen to a young person and an adult. What am I saying? A lot can happen.
I didn't know anybody. I didn't know anybody at Eddie F. But you know what?
What?
Again, I walked through faith. I just knew that, if I go out here, I'm protected. And if something ever happens, that means it was supposed to.
Okay.
I'm one of those people. I really, really, I live by faith. I understand it, and I trust it.
Mm-hmm.
So I don't walk in fear. I think fear is an illusion. And I think that, I give all my faith to the Creator. So I don't worry about anything. Again, the book is already written. And so whatever happens is supposed to. And I'm not going to be scared of it. I'm going to welcome it. And so far, my life has been great. I mean, I can't change anything.
Donna, I really love hearing how it seems to you've kind of, whatever that is, that you found your space within yourself, and just hearing about being positive and looking and wanting positive energy around you. It is something I've heard time and time again from people, whether they're in the industry or not. And it's just so great hearing it coming from an African American man. I think sometimes society and the media can paint men, African American men, a certain way. And hearing you say that you've included a song out of your 7 songs on your 100% free album that's to meditation, I know it's going to speak to other men who may say, you know what, let me try it. Maybe it's something I could do.
And it is. You know, I think sometimes we tend to not look at things that we don't know, or we not try things that we haven't uh, uh, been shown. But I think, you know, meditation, it really works. It's something that we all should try. There's nothing negative about it. So why not try something positive? Why not even just try? You know, we do a lot of things that we shouldn't do. So why not give something a shot that may help you and that may push you to a whole nother level in life?
Now, has your wife inspired any songs since you've been married that
Yeah,
you've written?
she inspired a lot of songs, especially the "Deep Into You" song. You know, that
Okay.
song is about uh, it's about, you know, where we have 2 kids, so it's about, you know, sometimes when you have children, you don't get that time to really spend time alone. So on this particular record, the kids are gone, and it's just me and you, baby, and we're gonna turn up, turn out, and just have some fun. And you know, it's a song about a woman and a man that really needs to spend some time together, and they getting deep into each other, and the love making feels so good that their souls are connected.
So let me ask you another question in regards to your wife. So what is it about her that you feel completes you in the sense of this is the person I was meant to be? What is it about her that you just so much that just makes you guys a perfect match?
The way she makes me feel, you know, the way she makes me feel, I've never felt that from another woman. You know, she makes me happy. I enjoy our time together. Um, it's just everything about her. You know, she has encouraged me to become a better person. I wouldn't have had this idea had I not been with my wife. You know, so I love her. She makes me happy, and I enjoy waking up to her every day.
Now that's a great message. That is a great message. So for those that are just tuning in now to NNPA and Black Press USA, yes, our phenomenal guest is none other than songwriter and master producer Donell Jones. If you didn't hear this in February, February he released his 7th album after being gone for 7 years. 100% free. But I just want to take a second for those who didn't hear it. There's a lot more to this 100% album being free. There's a portion, Donell, that you said is going to help missing children. I want to give you a second to share that with people who may just be hopping on.
Yeah, I'm giving. I'm sorry. I'm giving 25% of the proceeds to missingkids.org. And the reason I'm doing this is because, again, at the beginning of the pandemic, I had no idea that 800,000 kids come up missing a year. The numbers are not wrong. Listen to this again: 800,000. That's ridiculous. You know, so that means that, again, 1.6 million parents are looking for their kids. We got to do something about that. So I wanted to use my platform to speak about it. I didn't really hear any other celebrities speaking about this, or, you know, it should be something that should be on the news every day. You know,
Absolutely.
sometimes I see my Amber Alert going off, but for 800,000, this should be going off every second. You
Yeah.
know, so we're missing something somewhere. It needs to be brought to the attention of the people, and I wanted to be the one that help in the situation, because I think that we really need to fix it.
I just love hearing that, and I love being able to share that. So my producer is letting me know that we can play one of your older tracks, one of my favorites as well. I have so many. Let me stop saying favorite because I have so many. So forgive me, Donell. This one is
That's
called
okay.
Karma, and we are going to play this, and we're going to come back. We're going to be talking right here to Donell Jones. This is one of his older hits.
Well, it's a new it's actually it's the new song that's on the
Wait a
new album.
minute.
Yeah,
Okay,
it's
you
the
know
new
what? He
song.
said older
It's my new
track. Forgive
single.
me. Wait a minute. Hold up. So let's go back again. So on 100% free, this is which one?
This is the single that we put out. It's called Karma Payback, and it's a song about being in a relationship. You give your all to somebody, and they just do you dirty. So now everything you do is a revolving door. It's going to come back. But the moral of the story is when you find and you love yourself, you'll never let nobody in the world ever do you that wrong again.
Wow. All right, so my producer's going to hit it. It's Karma off of Donell Jones' seventh album.
Hey, yo, look, so fellas, man, I got this
Free.
dilemma, right? You know what I'm saying? You know, I love a man, but I'm fed up though, fam. You know what I'm saying? Like, I'm done.
You would change. You said forever, you and me. Look at what you've done to me. I'm torn apart. I'm picking up the pieces you left to me. How selfish could you be? I gave you the world, and you still cut me deep. I forgave you when you cheated. I guess it didn't mean a thing. No more excuses. I packed your bags, they at the door. Cause I'm through with you. Can't believe the things you put me through. I gave you all my love and then this what you do. Everything you did about the comeback, you gon' get this karma. Nothing karma. You end up losing everything you love. You about to get it. Every single dude from every single dude. You gon' get this karma. Ain't no escaping that. And everything you did is coming back. Cause payback's a dog. Oh, you got to pay it back to me. Payback is a cause I didn't deserve it.
A lot of sisters out there that are singing that as well.
Yeah.
That is a great song. That is a good song. I apologize. That's off of your new album entitled 100% Free. Karma, you said Payback?
Yeah, it's a Karma Payback. Actually, it's a throwback. I kind of got the idea from the Stylistics. They had a song called Payback as a Dog.
I felt that vibe.
I loved it. So I said what I did was I reproduced the track and I wrote my own song on it. So yeah.
Okay. So when you grew up, what were you listening to that inspired you?
This is going to be a long list. Michael Jackson, Stevie Wonder, the Isley Brothers, Patrice Rushen, Teddy Pendergrass, Surface, Alicia Myers, Gene Carn, just Rick James.
Wow. It explains it all.
So many.
Yeah, you just have a classic vibe about you when you sing your songs. It just takes you back. Because that one, I was trying to think of the words for it, and I was just like, why do I feel like I felt this rhythm or this musical beat before, or the essence of it,
Yes.
And so we can get a copy of your album. We can get it free. It's on the streaming. How can we follow you and let's support you? What can we do?
Well, my website is DonellJonesMusic.com. My Facebook is Donell Jones Music. My Instagram is Donell Jones Forever, and my Twitter is Donell Jones 96. But I'm be honest with you, I'm not really on Twitter that much anymore these days. I'm kind of like a Instagram guy.
So Donna, you're going to have to do some stuff. I know you're not singing. I get that, to do it in person, but you're going to probably have to do some of this social media, because we have so many comments from people here. So happy to see and hear from you and what you're talking about. Love, positivity, family. It's just really where the world is going now, and what people need after being in these lockdown situations, for safety. But I just can see people needing to hear what you have to say.
I honestly, my whole message from the beginning of my career has been love, you know, because for me, it's not going anywhere. You know, it's what we were created off of. You know, we were made from love. So I'm hoping that, you know, we all can get together and just understand that we have to love each other. We have to become better people in life, and just push the envelope forward. You know, this new generation that's coming up right now, we just have to give them a hug. You know, because you know they're the future. You know, so we have to make sure we give them good ideas. We have to make sure that, you know, the things that we say to them through record or through music is it means something. It's not just, we're not throwing them away. We're not, you know, giving them bad ideas and just saying crazy things. Because on record, you know, we're teaching these kids, and a lot of the music that we have out today is, it could be a little bit better. It could be a little bit, the subject matter could be better. The lyrical content could be better. So I feel like it's my job and people like myself to just put out music that has an essence of love in it.
Do you find it in any way challenging with hip hop being the dominant factor, you know, with radio stations and record labels pushing it out, that the season of ballads and the love songs not taking that first ranking or push?
I think that I think that radio itself, I think all of that stuff is going to change. You know, everything it comes and it goes. It comes and it goes. And I think
Cycle.
now we're in the era of love. Now we're moving back towards the era of love and being enlightened, and just moving towards a better way of life. I think, you know, the last maybe decade or so, you know, it's been trying. We've had some times where, you know, it could be better, and now we're moving into a new era, a new dimension, and we just have to, you know, just wake up and understand that the only thing that's going to change is us, and we have to do it ourselves.
Donell, you have a comment here. Donell, you're a bad boy. You always write good songs. Is always fresh. Your songs are always fresh, updated, and relevant. Keep up the good work, bro. So, what can we expect from you moving forward? You know, we still are under the pandemic. We know you have a show this weekend. What can we expect from you? Is there another album you're working on?
Yes, I'm working on another album right now. And it's going to be called Elevate. We're going from 100% free to elevation, because, you know, once you become free, you got to elevate. Now it's
There
time to,
you
you
go.
know, take it to another level. So that's what we're doing. It's going to be an awesome album. Um, this next album is going to be the R&B that you guys expect from me. It'll be more songs. I really just did this 7-song album because, again, it was purposely done. 7 songs, 7 years gone, and you know, I just really felt like people needed it. But this next album is going to be exactly what people expect from me. Probably maybe about 15 songs on there, and I'm taking it to another level for real.
Well, we cannot wait to be able to continue to support you and hear your sounds. Again, 100% free is out and available streaming, and you can also get it free. And I believe you said 25% is going to help find missing children. So, you know, you're giving and also helping for a worthwhile cause. Donell Jones, I literally could sit here and talk to you for hours. I really appreciate your energy, the time to talk to us about your album, sharing the intimate you know, stories about your children and your wonderful wife. Congratulations to you, 7 years, and your son, your little one that you're having to. He's not in school yet. I think you said, you know, being able to spend time with him. But we really, really want to thank you, and we will continue to support you. Northern California needs to see you. I had to go to Arizona apparently to see you. So that Carrie said she had to go to Arizona to see you.
We're going to come to Northern California. I promise. I don't know when, but hopefully soon.
Well, listen, I'm going to let you close out. This is an opportunity for all your fans that are tuning in and watching this, that if you want to say some words to them before we close out tonight.
First, I want to give a shout out to my publicist, Kenya, for hooking this beautiful interview up. And to the fans, I want to say thank you guys so much for supporting me throughout the years. I'll always try to make good music for you guys, and I'll never stop. If you keep listening, I'll keep making it. And the album is out right now. It's called 100% free. You can stream it on all platforms. You can also download it from my website, DonnellJonesMusic.com. It's free. But I do want your support. If you want to buy it on iTunes, you can. Again, 25% of the proceeds will go towards missingkids.org. We really need to bring these kids back home. I love you guys, and thank you for everything.
Yes, Donell Jones, thank you. And Kenya, thank you for making it happen, as well as Concert Connect Talent Booking Services. We want to thank you and our wonderful viewers each and every week. They're here on Thursday, getting a chance to see the many artists up close and personal and be able to talk to them and share words of encouragement as well. Donell, thank you so very much. And everyone, we've reached the end of the show. Until next week, God bless and goodbye.
Thank you, guys.